Namaskar, I'm Ashok Vyas, and every week we get this opportunity of sitting with Padma Shri Dr. Sudhir Parikh for this special weekly edition. So let me have the pleasure of welcoming you, Dr. Sahab. Namaste.
Namaskar.
So as we are witnessing the life in America is returning to normalcy, how do you feel in terms of its impact on the social life of people in general?
I think we all feel very excited. We are very eager to go back to a normal life, pre-COVID life, because now everyone can meet each other. Social life can be much more pleasant and much more fun. And I think right now our COVID incidence of COVID infection is only 0.4%, which is nothing. It means it's a COVID, it's completely under control as long as you are vaccinated. And I think that's a great news. And I think economy is bouncing back. Travel is almost 80 to 90% full now. People are, all the restaurants are full of customers, and everybody is really having a great time now.
Wonderful, wonderful. And as you mentioned, people are happy. Actually, man being social animal, when you are in physical close proximity of people who are your friends or family members, it adds to your joy and happiness. But having said that, there are two kinds of people, Doctor. Some are still apprehensive whether they should open up and go without mask or not. Some people are not paying that much attention towards wearing mask.
Well, I think I don't blame them. I mean, I don't blame them either. And even though they don't, if you don't, if still they keep wearing the mask, that's good enough. I mean, we know that when the swine flu came in the Japan and Korea, I mean, population wore the mask even year after everything was settled down. So it's not unusual, and I think nothing is wrong in it as long as if somebody wants to wear the mask, let them wear the mask. It's always well and good, because not only COVID, but they're also getting protected by any frequent cold and flu-like symptoms. So that's fine. That's fine.
Absolutely. And now let's move towards India. Not talking about the overall situation of COVID-19 impact right now, going directly to a state called Jharkhand, which has declared epidemic for black fungus. And you want to enlighten our viewers a little bit about what Mucor mycosis is and
it's a fungal infection. It is not new infection. It is always was there. Even when we 50 years ago, when we were in the medical school, we used to see this infection time to time. And usually this infection occurs because of the overuse of the steroid. And that kills the immunity, and the fungus grows. And therefore, overuse of the steroid in India, in the medical fraternity, we all, I mean, here also, doctors are overusing the sometimes steroid just to make get the patient feels better, because see, any medicine has steroid has a good effect and not so good effect or side effect, and this is one of the side effect of the overuse of the steroid, or even normal use of the steroid. And therefore, this fungus comes, but this fungus is treatable. If you have antifungal antibiotic called amphotericin, if it is available, then this fungus can be cured. So, so it's because in the last couple of months in India, why there's so much of noise about this thing, because the antifungal antibiotic was not available, or it was in shortage. And therefore, it was difficult to treat. But now that part is over. Amphotericin B is very common, commonly available drug in India, and now it should not be any problem.
So wonderful. Probably there must have been some reasons to declare epidemic black fungus in
No, I
Jharkhand.
mean that. Mhm. Yeah,
So
there is the reason is because of the COVID infection. Whenever you have one infection, the chances of getting second infection is very common. So it's not unusual. Plus, they're using a lot of steroid overuse. They know, but the people are getting anxious and to treat the COVID, and they try to use the steroid sooner or in high dosage, and those kind of things can lead to fungus infection. But it's not with everybody. It's incidence, still incidence and percentage of the fungal infection, development of fungal infection is very small.
very good. So, Doctor, now something which is a cause of concern for you as a physician as well as someone who loves humanity, and this news comes to us from Afghanistan. In March, also, there was an attack on polio vaccination team. 3 women were killed, and similarly, yesterday, 5 members of polio vaccination team were attacked and killed. And as you are aware, these are the two countries only now in the world, Pakistan and Afghanistan, where we still have polio. Your response to this news, and our
I
heart
think
goes out.
this shows the ignorance on the part of the people. Number one, it shows a superstitious nature of the people of that country, and also they need more education regarding why one should get the polio vaccine and to prevent the polio. Because polio vaccine works very good almost 99% of the time. So I think they should be educated better way, and that's only a solution to this problem. Education.
Now, with education, looking at the world scenario and America's new policy with respect to European Union and President Biden, how you assess these steps being undertaken for economic growth?
I think Biden administration is doing fairly well, very good, and all the steps taken are in the right directions. And I think what Biden administration is trying to do is establishing again the leadership of the USA over the G7 countries or all the world, and I think rightfully so. And I think that where the Biden administration is doing really a great work.
And in this connection, the emphasis on identifying where COVID-19 originated, and special bodies working to pinpoint whether it is man-made, whether it came from China, etc. How important do you think this exercise is, and if it leads to, as we all have heard, towards China's Wuhan lab, what would be the possible reaction by the world body, which you think is worthy?
Well, it all again depends upon how much cooperation you get from the Chinese government. If Chinese government is not 100% cooperative to and not open to the investigators from the WHO, then it will be uphill challenge to find out how the whole COVID virus started, whether it was leaked from the laboratory or it came from the uh, animal markets. We don't know. Bet markets, so we don't know. And probably my feeling is that this kind of investigation, because of the stonewalling of the investigators by the government of China, probably you may not find a really 100% truthful answer to this question. So of course we should try to find out. This exercise should be done in the interest of the humankind, but I would not hold my breath to see that we'll find out quickly, and even after conclusion, the report will be kind of not conclusive.
So, moving from inconclusive towards preparedness, and many times we have seen that when natural calamities hit, India is seen not prepared very well to counter this. Home Minister of India, Amit Shah, held a meeting to prepare for flood because monsoons are expected, and every year the chances of some flood is seen. Your response and any suggestion on this front, because we end up losing innocent lives due to floods in several parts of India.
Well, I mean, certain flood like hurricane and typhoon, those kind of thing is unavoidable because that comes from outside to the land. But the our land means low level or low table area of the water should be corrected. There should be enough drainage system has to be improved, particularly in the largest city where there is not much there is too much of construction and there is not much area to water to go. Even 20 inches of rainfall can kind of clog the whole system. So I think government or municipality of the respective cities, they must do something after every year, or they evaluate every year and do something. And sometimes, unfortunately, it doesn't happen that way. Monsoon comes, people suffers, and then they forget, and then again next year monsoon comes, and that is the wrong way of governing.
So hopefully the proactive approach adopted this time would result into some tangible, effective results. And as we move towards the concluding part, also June month has become known for the celebration or observance of International Day of Yoga on 21st June. Um, your overall feel about how you find people around you are adopting or making yoga as a part of their daily routine, and any thoughts that you may want to share
Yeah,
considering.
as a doctor, also, I strongly recommend that yoga should be part of your daily routine. Each and every individual should do some form of the yoga, and that kind of stretching of the stretching exercise is always very helpful in activity during the day activity of the any person. And I think it's a very healthy way of living, health and good way of living. And I think one must adopt some form of the yoga, whether it's for 10 minutes or 20 minutes, but some form of the yoga in the regular exercise. And that is nothing but it's a stretching exercise. And that stretching exercise is very important for human body. And one must do that. And it's very good. And I'm glad that Prime Minister Modi made yoga kind of awareness of yoga internationally, particularly on the June 21st is a yoga International Yoga Day. And at least that reminds us every year that even if we forget, that we must continue yoga.
Wonderful. So I appreciate that, Dr. Saab, and your concluding remarks from this show for our viewers.
Well, again, I would say that my dear friends in USA, those who are not vaccinated yet, please get vaccinated. Now in USA, the vaccination is very easy to get it done. Any pharmacy you can walk in and you can get the vaccination. So please get it done. Do not delay it. Do not postpone it. And our friends in India also vaccine. Both all the vaccines are very safe, very effective, and I would urge them to get vaccinated as soon as possible, because don't wait, because when once the fall and winter comes, again chances of the surge of the virus is very likely. So please get vaccinated before fall comes in the summer, these summer months. So that's my appeal to everyone, and thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week. Till then, goodbye. God bless America, God bless India, and God bless Indian American community. Thank you.